Hi everyone, Hassan Faramars here. This is Shabneshini.eu and today is Wednesday, June the 2nd, 2010. I'm Iranian. I teach Persian language or Farsi. The language is spoken in Iran, Afghanistan, Tajikistan and a few other places. Online at easypersian.com. So teaching is my hobby. Besides teaching, I have a little bit of self-taught experience in journalism. I worked as a correspondent or reporter or whatever you may call it for a short period of time for Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, for the Persian section of that radio. And I'm currently a first-year student on a long way for a BA degree level. That's me in brief. Some time ago I started a web page called shabneshini.eu.com. Shab means night and Neshini means to sit, to come together, to get together. This is a cultural thing in Iran. Probably you had it here. Usually in small towns or in villages, people after having dinner visited each other and they had chats and blah blah talks for a couple of hours, getting ready for tomorrow's work. Probably the pagan language should have some similar words. So Shabneshini dar EU means nightly get-togethers, such get-togethers in EU. I started this web page for a couple of reasons. I didn't want that piece of culture go away. It was a very lovely heritage from our ancestors. But here it's difficult to find neighbors who want to come together and sit and talk. So I decided to have something similar on internet. I also wanted to use this Shabneshini culture to talk about things which are more important and they are more related to our problems today. So Shabneshini.eu.com came online, but in those Shabneshinis I speak in Persian language, and naturally I have less problems conveying my message. But as you notice, English is not very easy for me to use. I'm not used to this, and this is my first try ever. I'm recording a presentation in English, so I apologize for any possible mistakes I may make on the way. If at any time you feel that you have problems understanding me, please let me know and I will try to explain it again. But I will do my best to be as clear as possible. So the title I've chosen for this Shabneshini is Iran and Ireland, the Common Pain. It may seem a little bit strange, but to talk about this issue, I have to take you back to Iran, because we need to know what happened there and what I saw here that I came up with this title. As you may know, we had a big revolution in 1979. At the time of revolution, I was about 10 years of age, and before that, so I remember a little bit about the social things we had, about the cultural things we had, and I still remember those Shabneshinis we had before the revolution, which were discouraged and disappeared in many cases after the revolution. Before the revolution, we had relatively good social conditions, a stable society. So we are not comparing that society with today's world, but comparing with many other countries. In those days, Iran was not doing that bad, and its economy was improving, its industry was improving, its military was greatly improving, unfortunately, and but there was one thing missing, and that was freedom. So we could enjoy. You see, there were clubs, there were pubs, there were mosques, temples, churches, synagogues, and every sort of club there, and people could enjoy. But you couldn't read certain books to talk about your rights. Was considered a dangerous issue to deal with. There was a big cover of fear imposed on the whole society. It was a kind of unspoken fear, and unspoken hatred was developing under this cover. So in 1979 we came out and we started shouting, "Death to the Shah," and we don't want kingdom anymore, and we want freedom. But because there was no major political figure, because of absolutism, the royal absolutism in Iran, which was supported by several Islamic leaders, influential people. From among the chaos, a man appeared called Khomeini, who was in Paris and who had been exiled by the Shah, so he had got some reputation. He was representing God. His name was Ruhollah, the Spirit of God, and he talked like a free thinker, and he defended the rights of women. He defended the rights of all sorts of political groups. He defended the rights of the communists, and basically he said what we loved to hear. So we fell in love with him. When he came to power, and he was sure that he has the military power, he has the economy sources, he started redefining his previous statements. Freedom, for example, he said, now that we have this freedom, what are we going to spend this freedom on? Are we free to say whatever we like, even if it is against Islam, even if it is against Quran? We don't tolerate that one. So a new definition of freedom, a new definition of human rights, a new definition of women rights, animal rights, or whatever you may think of, suddenly flooded the country. A lot of people tried to stand against that. Khomeini didn't want to accept any comments, so he started killing as many people as he wished. So he felt secure, and thousands of people were killed and disappeared, kidnapped, and still today their families, a lot of families, are waiting for their children to come back because they think their children are still alive. I'm not going to give you very much about this. I just want to see what we wanted before the revolution. Why did we revolt, and what happened? Our revolution was simply hijacked because we trusted God, and we trusted God's representative.